What's good, y'all? It's Reese, aka Reese Poker. It's our first vlog we're dropping, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Got some 1-3 at the Bellagio and at the Wynn. We're gonna try to run it up and win some games, and let me know what y'all think. First hand of the night at the Bellagio session. We're gonna open up over some limps on a button with nothing other than King 6 of spades. Flop a king. Cutoff is now gonna lead for 15. I'm just gonna call. Turn is a 10. And when he checks it over, I'm not really putting him on any kind of straight. I'm gonna check it back. River is a good one. It's a 6 of diamonds. So we make a kind of disguised 2-pair. Checks it again. We're gonna go for some value. Just bet half pot, $30. He's gonna tank for a little bit. You know what he's gonna do. Pay the kid. He makes the call. We show 2-pair, we're good. We raise over some limps with ace 10 and get a couple calls. Flops ace high. We're gonna c-bet on this board for about $20. And then we get one call. Turns a 3. Just gonna check here for some pot control because our hand's not too strong right now. Turns a jack of hearts. When he checks back the turn, I think we have the best hand here. So I bet off for $40, a little over half pot. He tanks for a while, ends up flicking the call. We had the same hand. Next one, we got king jack offsuit in the small blind. The button opens at $10. We're gonna be 3-betting here to 40. It's kind of a more aggressive play, but I like it because I think I'm definitely better than this player. We're gonna c-bet on this ace high board. Turns another 5. Just gonna check. River's a king, goes check, check. And we win versus pocket queens. I think he could have 4-bet there, but he didn't, so we'll take it. King 10 offsuit. We're going to be raising this, of course. We love the aggro route. Yep, we 3-bet to 35. Guy on my left tanks for a little bit. He's going to make the call. Lucky for us, I guess. Under the gun's going to make the call. Original Razor's going to make the call. My mom's going to make the call. Your mom's going to make the call. Everyone's going to see this flop. Nah, we're going 4 ways to a flop, though, after he makes this call here. And I don't think we could ask for a better one. Comes good for us. And our exact holding is going to be king 10 5. Love to see it. This pot's extremely bloated. And we only have about a pot size bet left after that. So I'm going to think for a little bit. Not much to do. We're just going to stick our money in. Got about 157 effective. So we're just going to jam our stack in. Snap called by a guy on my left, which I don't really know what he could be snap calling with, but everyone else folds. So we're going to heads up to the turn, all in, no more action. Turn 6, and we build up on the river. Show our king 10. It's pretty sure it's good, and he shows pocket aces. That's why you don't slow play. Now this one is the hand of the night, and it's not in a good way. We got pocket 9s in the big blind. Cutoff ends up opening to 15. We're going to 3-bet to 50. I prefer calling here, but, I mean, taking the aggressive route is not the worst idea, I guess. But the flop is jack, jack 8, which isn't too bad, obviously, unless he has a jack. But if he has 2 overs, hopefully he folds here. Put a small c-bet for $40, 40% pot. He tanks for a while, makes the call. Still heads up to a turn. And it's a pretty good turn. It's a 10 of clubs. So, I mean, he could pick up some equity with, like, king, queen. We're just going to check here, realize some equity. But he doesn't want us to realize nothing. He's in the tank. He's definitely not going to check it back. So, hopefully, he bets kind of small so we can see river for cheap with our open-ended straight draw. And he ends up betting out for $90, so about half pot. I kind of wish I just jammed on the turn because we picked up so much equity. We can have some fold equity with some, like, queens if he has it. But we just make the call. River, unfortunately, does not help us out. It's an ace of spades. We're just going to check here and fold to any bet on the river. Checks it back. We show our 9s. Thinking that we're good some of the time, but he has kings and we lose. First hand at the Wynn session now. Got 8, 9 of diamonds. We're going to open it up over the straddle to $20. And the low jack, get a few calls. So we're going multi-way to a flop. About $70 in the middle. And the flop comes not too bad. It's queen, 10, 8, all spades. So we got bottom pairs and backdoor straight draws, but there's a flush out there, so our straight's not really that good. I think a C-bet on this board is going to be good, so we bet out for 25. Just because if anyone's going to have an ace or king of spades, it'd be us. So high flushes are definitely in our range, or at least one of the suit. Everyone folds, and we take this one down. Nice little C-bet win. Next hand, ace jack of clubs on the button, actually. So we're definitely be playing this, especially on the button. Our range is a little wider. We see open to 12, a call. Definitely gonna be squeezing this hand. Bet out for $40. Like the sizing here, especially in position. The original opener tanks for a little bit, and he's gonna end up making the call. Pretty standard. We're waiting for him to make the call. All right, he calls. Other cold caller, he folds, going heads up to a flop in position. It's a pretty decent hand. The flop comes not too bad for exact hand, or for our range, I guess. Comes 10, 8, king, 2 clubs. We got the nut flush draws, some backdoor flush straight draws. So it's a pretty decent flop, and I think we can hit our range and some of his range as well. So we're going to put out a C-bet here. Bet about $40 again. And he just folds to take this one down real quick. Next hand, we got queen 10 offsuit. And the cutoff. So we're going to bump it up to $12 when it folds to us. We get a couple calls. 3 ways to a flop. Comes pretty decent. 10 high on a 10-5-3 rainbow board. Checks to us. We're going to see bet here for $20, about 2/3 pot. Expecting to have the best hand here. There's not very many combos of hands that beat us in the moment. So we're liking the spot. The small blind ends up making the call, and the big blind makes the call. So not the worst of situations. Turns at 8. I mean, 10-8 beats us now. Pocket 8s. But can't really put him on that hand, I guess. He bets $45. Big blind folds. I'm thinking what he could lead here with. Maybe pick up like a flush draw or some straight draw outs. But pretty straightforward call here. So we're just going to make the call. Looking to evaluate some rivers. Call to 45. Heads up to a river. It's a 6 of hearts. And some straights you get there. And some 2-pair draws. 10-8. I guess 8-6 for whatever reason. I don't understand why I'd have that hand. He bets another 45, which is such a small bet. And I usually like to fold to aggression to any player in 1-3 usually, unless they're kind of pro or at least decent. But against like regs, excuse me, we're just going to overfold. But this line doesn't really make too much sense. So I just don't think we can fold this hand. Let's say it's like king 10, but we make the call. He shows 5-3 of hearts. I don't know why he's calling pre-flop, but nice hand to him. This next hand, we look down at a pretty good one. Jack 8 suited in the straddle. If I was under the gun, obviously, I'd probably just be folding this hand, depending on the player pool at the table, but yeah. In position for sure playing it. But limps around, we got like 6 players calling the straddle. We're not going to bump it up. And it comes great. We flop a flush on 10-3 all spades board. We're going to put a small bet out here. Just kind of see where we're at. I think if we get raised off, might make the fold. Maybe, maybe not. But we get one call on the guy to my left. And under the gun calls, or excuse me, the button calls. Holy shit. The big blind calls. Ace of hearts on the fucking turn. Which is actually the best turn we could look for, because any naked ace of spades pretty much can't fold because they think their hand's good, and if it's not good, they have the backdoor flush. He bets $50, And I don't really want the guy behind me to see the river if he does have a higher spade than us. So we're going to go for the ISO. We're going to raise it $200. Pretty much putting that big blind all in. And he thinks for a little bit. And he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm all in. It's a little less. I'm flicking a chip just in case the count's off a little bit. River's a deuce of clubs. Hopefully he doesn't have a boat. He doesn't. He has exactly what we expected. The ace of spades. He had ace jack. I don't know why he limps, but that's what he gets. And we're going to stack this opponent in a pretty nice spot. Yep. On to the next hand. We got ace queen offsuits in the under the gun position. We're going to open here to $15. We get one call from the cutoff and the button. So we're going to play this pot out of position 3 ways. And the flop comes pretty good for us. We flop top pair, top kicker on queen 10-3 board. 2 hearts. So there's a flush draw presence. We're going to see bet here. 2 Broadway cards always going to be better for our under the gun opening range. I see bet for $25, about half pot again. Pretty quick call from the cutoff, and the button folds. Heads up to a turn, about $100 in the middle. And it's pretty decent, a 7 of spades. I mean, some straights get there, 8, 9. Actually, no, it doesn't get there. Great turn, unless he has 10-7 or some weird combos. But we're not scared of no monsters under the bed. Go for about half pot, $50. I don't mind sizing up here to like 75, maybe even 80. Just get paid by queen, king, queen, jack, flush draws. And the river's a king. I don't really like this card because some any king high flush that's just sticking around floating now makes top pair. One of the combos of queen, king, we now lose to. King 10 for whatever reason we lose to. But I don't feel like checking. I think I'm going to go out for about $50, so quarter pot. I do like the sizing because if he has a straight or anything, he's going to be raising off. And if that's the worst hand, he's going to call. He makes the call, short hand, win. Pretty nice spot. Last hand of the night. This one's kind of a joke. We got king 9 of spades. We make it $20 over the straddle. Get one call. So we're going heads up to a flop in position, which comes terrible. 3-4 jack, 2 clubs. We got nothing but runner straight. We're going to see bet on this board. Now I'm going to stop buying this, I can't lie. Bet for $15. He's like, I guess I can see one more card. He pays it off, 15. And then the 5 of clubs. When he says that, I mean, he could definitely have a flush draw, but I just don't think he'd say that bet, a flush draw. Maybe, I don't know what kind of hand he could have here. We're going to keep barreling, go for $40. Hoping he just folds, because if he doesn't, I'll probably just be going crazy on the river. Praying for a fold unless it's another club. But he thinks for a while, and he ends up letting it go. So we're going to win this hand with nothing. We show him. Just finished up a session at the Wynn. It's about a 5-hour session. It was kind of dry, but we ended up coming up 285, so a win's a win. We'll take it. This is the outro for the first 2 sessions. One at the Bellagio, the one at the Wynn. The one at the Bellagio, we ended up losing it all. I didn't play that well, didn't run that well. It is what it is. Session at the Wynn, won about 125. And then a session in between that I didn't record, won about 500. So not too bad. But I appreciate you guys for watching. First vlog. So I hope you guys like it. But we're going to keep getting better. Yeah, peace, love, good luck at the tables.